Albert Square has always been known for its drama, but what's coming next in EastEnders is shaping up to be one of the most intense chapters the soap has seen in recent months. Viewers are bracing themselves for storylines that touch on violence, manipulation, regret, and shocking alliances, and it all begins in a place most wouldn't expect: Walford High. The spark that ignites this firestorm comes from two teenagers, Joel Marshall and Tommy Moon. Both of them have been navigating turbulent times, and their behavior has been raising eyebrows for a while. But in this upcoming storyline, things escalate when their troubling attitudes begin to surface in ways that can't be ignored. The two boys start voicing deeply misogynistic views, shocking their peers and sparking a fierce reaction from those around them. This isn't just idle talk, it's the kind of rhetoric that shakes the community, forcing figures like Vicky, Ross, Kat, and Alfie to step in and confront the disturbing ideas spreading through the school. For Kat, who's seen more than her fair share of challenges, it's a moment that hits close to home. She knows how dangerous toxic mindsets can become if left unchecked, and watching her son Tommy tangled up in that mess is nothing short of heartbreaking. But what starts as a tense debate quickly spirals out of control. Joel, who has been building up anger beneath the surface, reaches a breaking point. In a sudden outburst, he lashes out violently, striking Vicky and shocking everyone present. It's a moment that changes the tone of the entire storyline, because now, what was once a battle of words has crossed into something much darker. The aftermath of Joel's violent outburst lingers heavily over Albert Square. In the very next episode, the BBC teases a worrying situation escalating across Walford. Fans are left asking, is this directly tied to Joel's actions, or could the fallout trigger even bigger problems? While details are being kept deliberately vague, the impact on Ross is immediate. Ross, Joel's father, finds himself caught in an impossible position. On one hand, he's a parent who feels compelled to protect his son, but on the other, he can't ignore the severity of what's happened. Watching your child cross a line that could alter their future forever is devastating, and Ross struggles with how to handle it. Should he shield Joel from the consequences, or does he have to face the brutal truth about what his son has become? That emotional tug-of-war is bound to create tension not just for Ross, but for everyone connected to him. While this dramatic thread consumes much of Walford, another storyline begins to take shape around Elaine. Known for her resilience and determination, Elaine has weathered countless storms in her personal life, but now, she's ready to take control in a new way. She shares big plans with Yolanda, hinting at a bold new direction that could completely change her path forward. For Elaine, this isn't just about making moves, it's about reclaiming her life and shaping her future on her own terms. In the process, she also offers advice to her grandson, Johnny. At first, Johnny takes her words to heart, reflecting on the direction he's been heading. But not long after, regret creeps in. He realizes he's made a major mistake, one that could cost him dearly. The specifics of his misstep haven't been revealed, but the weight of his decision seems to hang over him like a shadow. For viewers, it raises the question, is Johnny's error something personal, or could it tie directly into the chaos already brewing on the square? And as if that weren't enough, more threads begin to unravel across Albert Square. Teddy and Gina, two characters who've been navigating their own complicated paths, suddenly find themselves worried by something that doesn't sit right. Their concern grows steadily, hinting that there's an unseen problem simmering just below the surface. The fact that even seasoned Walford residents are unsettled suggests that whatever they're noticing could explode into a major revelation. At the same time, Okie continues his subtle campaign of manipulation. Known for working in the shadows, Okie is the type of character who doesn't need to make bold moves to create chaos. Instead, he twists situations quietly, turning people against one another while keeping his own hands clean. His presence adds an undercurrent of tension, because no one can ever be sure how much of the chaos is truly organic and how much is being orchestrated by him. Meanwhile, Ravi is making moves of his own. For a long time, Ravi has struggled to prove himself not just to outsiders, but within his own family. In the upcoming episodes, he finally finds an opportunity to demonstrate his loyalty and commitment. For Ravi, this isn't just about respect, it's about survival in a world where loyalty can be the difference between belonging and isolation. His actions may win over some, but they also raise the stakes for others, creating ripple effects that could pull more characters into his orbit. And just when it feels like the square is already overflowing with drama, a surprising partnership forms. Oscar and Nigel, two characters no one expected to cross paths meaningfully, suddenly find themselves working together. On the surface, they couldn't be more different, but this new alliance hints at layers of both characters that haven't been fully explored. What brings them together, and how their dynamic plays out, could add yet another unpredictable twist to the already chaotic landscape of Walford. Taken individually, each of these storylines is compelling in its own right. But what makes this period in EastEnders truly gripping is the way all these threads overlap, feeding into a larger narrative of tension tension, consequence, and transformation. Joel's violent outburst doesn't just impact Vicky or Ross, it sets a tone of volatility that spreads across the square. Elaine's plans might seem personal, but they influence Johnny in ways that tie back into the broader theme of choices and regrets. Teddy, Gina, Okie, Ravi, Oscar, and Nigel all represent different pieces of a puzzle that's coming together in unexpected ways. What's most exciting for viewers is the sense that nothing is isolated. Every choice, every mistake, every hidden agenda has the potential to ripple outward, pulling more people into the storm. And in true EastEnders fashion, the line between personal drama and community-wide upheaval blurs until the entire square is caught up in the fallout. As fans wait to see how these storylines unfold, speculation is running wild. Could Joel's violence trigger deeper consequences for Walford High and beyond? Will Ross make a choice that pushes him further away from his son, or will his loyalty cost him everything? What exactly is Elaine planning, and how could Johnny's mistake alter her future before it even begins? And what could Teddy and Gina possibly have stumbled upon that leaves them so concerned? The answers are coming, but if there's one thing certain about EastEnders, it's that the truth is never simple, and the impact is never contained to just one person. Walford is bracing for change, and when the dust settles, the community may look very different from the one fans know today. One thing is certain, these upcoming episodes will leave audiences talking long after the credits roll.